Hey guys, we're back with game two of the Blizzard Invitational between Ice, the red Zerg, and his opponent Renson, the blue Protoss. Now, this is, as I said, game two of the round three tournament they're having. Now, Ice took the first one, Seth. Now, this is Zelnaga Caverns also, I might add. So, Seth, this should be a good one.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Renson that he lost against Ice on Delta Quadrant. Delta Quadrant is such a Protoss favorite map. You can just do so much fancy business with proxy pylons and really do 4-gate pressure, but it really felt that every step of the way that Renson was behind, and it felt that Ice had everything counted for. He did not get too bothered by the harass, did not cut drones early, which is what Renson was trying to force, and basically he did was just all around a lot better with his mechanics than Renson was for that entire game, and he was behind all the way. So curious what he's going to do this time. The 2-gate Zealot Rush was just totally ineffective, and this is a 2-player map, so it mixes up the dynamic of that just a bit, looking like a similar opening from Ice here. I'll be curious as to whether he throws down a gas right now. He's accumulating a bit of minerals, so looking like he's just going to go 14 pool into 14 gas again, not going for that early gas. He's happy to delay his speed just a bit. It obviously is in his comfort zone going for that strategy against Protoss, and it's working against Renson. So Renson is scouting a little bit faster just to make sure there's no super fast pool going down, and we do see same build coming out from Ice. Meanwhile, I'm curious as to whether or not this is going to be a second gateway coming for Renson. He obviously likes that build, and yes we do. We do see 2 gates, and beautiful timing by Ice. Drone comes in, going to see this immediately. And so basically Renson is going for the same opening, and I feel that Ice was just executed so well against it that I don't think it's going to work. Although, if Renson is able to execute with his Zealots a bit better, not get those 2 Zealots caught out on the ramp, which happened last time, he should be in a much better position to hold on. But curious as to whether it's going to work, and especially considering Ice can see it.
Yeah, it was beautiful timing there. And I don't know, I guess Renson does have this plan. He wants to two-gate Ice. It didn't work the first time. We'll see if he can perform better the second time. He is chrono boosting the Zealot, so it is going to be on its way any second now. We'll have to see. He's not getting supply block this game, so it's going to be a bit more efficient, as now these Zealots are going to start pumping across this map. We'll have to see if Ice can hold on here. He does have this probe still in the base, actually, just making sure everything's okay. He sees the Roach Warren in there, so he does know what's going on, but we'll have to see what Renson does.
Yeah, Ice is mixing his build up, getting that Roach run a little bit faster this game, which is going to deal with this huge Zealot heavy mix quite well, as long as he does not lose too much to this early Zealot production. He is getting a few Zerglings, so he's cutting his pro production a little, but I don't know how effective it's going to be. And looking like even Renson is changing his mind and sending his Zealots home right now, so Renson looks a bit scattergun right now. Not sure if I like this, waiting for his other Zealots to catch up, which will work out a little bit better actually, considering there's this mass of Zerglings that he's going to deal with. But I just feel that Renson is it needs to execute really, really well here, because in the first game his Zealot micro was not up to the Zergling micro and control of Ice.
There's a lot of Zerglings, and these Zealots not really wanting to go in there. They're deciding to go back again now to the safety of the Zelnaga, at least for the moment. These Zerglings are now actually going to race them back, you might imagine. They're moving across the map now. We'll have to see. It's a race back to the bases. Now these Zealots are now being rallied back home. So he didn't even attack at the start there. So now these Zerglings are going to intercept these Zealots.
Yeah, this is going to be another big loss for Renson if these Zerglings get this round. Looking like they're going to get at least one. Going to be a sacrifice of 1 Zealot there from Renson, who's just playing Shadow Games right now, trying to flee. Only loses 1 though. That's probably a good choice, sacrificing 1 Zealot so the rest can get home. That was a really aborted rush there though. He was looking to go 2-gate pressure, checked out of it when he saw how many Zerglings were being produced, and that can often be the desire of the build. You can try and force Zerg to cut so many drones that they've just got a lot of Zerglings, and then with this SimCity build of forcing them into this channel, you can hold it off with a couple of Zealots and Stalkers for basically eternity, because the Zerglings are never going to get through, and you can slaughter them in this little channel. But it doesn't look like Renson has gone for that. He has gone for this delayed 3rd gate, getting was warp gate online, so he's looking like he's going to 3-gate, and once again he's surrendered map control, second assimilator going down. Curious as to whether he's going to go into Stargate, because that didn't seem to work too well, but we are seeing +1 attack coming for Ice as he does get his expansion coming online now, so that's pretty good. Got to be careful that he doesn't lose too many Zerglings to that little push out. Just got to keep him a bit honest, which is what Renson is doing. And I feel that Renson does not want to surrender map control too much, because if Ice can keep him contained in his base for as long as possible, that's a lot longer before Renson will be settled expanding, and looking like he's accumulated the minerals sitting up around 500, so he does want to take his expansion right now, but at the same time trying to get some kind of damage done to Ice, who's just continuing the same sort of build, getting lots of spine crawlers, lots of queens, bunch of roaches, and these existing zerglings, but looking like Renson's thinking about making a move now.
Yeah, very similar to last game, although this game, Renson will have his expansion up as his Protoss forces move across the map. He's going to see this expansion up. These spine crawlers will be done before at least one of them almost getting done. It might be picked off before it actually does, but the Zerglings and the Queen's going to try and protect it now. So it looks like I should be in an okay position as long as he stays in this spine crawler range, just forces those Zealots back. Very far away from any proxies though. There is no pylons anywhere close, so he's not going to be able to put too much pressure at the moment. He is building the robotics facility this time, not the Stargate, so I think that is a better choice. I'll have to see how he plays with it.
Yeah, nice round coming off there for Ice. Going to take out all these units. Big losses here for Renson. That's basically half his army stripped. These additional Stalkers are going to get done by the Speedlings, but keeps the Zealots alive quite nicely, but forcing him to really bleed and produce more Stalkers. There's no proxy pylon supporting this attack, so Ice is just continuing to hit the Zergling panic button, getting lots and lots of those Zerglings here, and he can just pick at them all day with these Speedlings, and see Renson realizing this. He's only got one more Zealot to take hits though, so these Zerglings could have done quite a little bit more damage there, but Renson does not put hidden proxy pylons. Obviously doesn't want to lose the investment, but a proxy pylon, for instance, often you'll find behind the Xel'Naga, or even pocketed out of range of the Xel'Naga, even down behind the gold expansion, can really reinforce your attack. But looks like Renson's just trying to keep Ice a little bit honest here, getting his expansion up and just trying to contain with map control, but he's really not getting it because these attacks are being held so well by Ice, and Ice is just inflicting so much damage that this game is starting to look very similar to the last game, as we're seeing these Zerglings again going for this Nexus.
Yeah, now the Nexus, choosing not to go for the probes though. There's a bunch of probes they could go for. They really want that Nexus. I don't know about that choice, but they are going to try and surround a couple of those Stalkers. The problem going for the Nexus is they didn't do any damage really. They took only a couple health points of it. They took the shield, whereas they could have taken a lot of probes if they chose to. But the robotics bay is now being done. It is finished now, so we'll probably see some Colossi. I'm sure we will. In a couple seconds, there's also this forge is being made.
Yeah, Ice really likes to delay his lair tech, only just going for a lair now. And he's burning down these rocks, looking like he's trying to take his third. He's got a nice overlord up the top that he can scout with, and we're seeing a lot of cannons being produced for Renson, so he's a little bit cautious about a Zergling Nexus drop going on, looking like he's going to, as opposed to pushing out, he's going to work on his own rocks and try and keep pace macro-wise with Ice right now. But it just seems that Ice has everything in control, and we are seeing this Overlord moving in. So nice positioning there. It's a slow Overlord though, so if Renson picks up on it quickly, he should be able to deny this. And there is the Robotics Bay with Chrono Boosted Thermal Lance. Now this is a bit unfortunate for Ice. If this was an Overseer, admittedly it would cost 100 gas, and he's burning his gas right now. He would have been able to throw down a Contaminate on that Robotics Bay, and that is a crucial loss to Protoss. Ice is going to pick this up. He is going to see that Thermal Lance is being Chrono Boosted, so he's going to know he needs a Spire, which he's already got going down. So he's reacting pretty well right here. We're seeing a bunch of Banelings though. Curious as to how effective this is going to be. This probe going out to expand as this is going on. We may see a feint with these Zerglings to draw Renson out of position. Renson thinking about a push, and now the Banelings are on the move, and they could do so much damage here. These two cannons are really not going to thin them out, and Renson is continuing to have to deal with this army. We're seeing lots of Banelings going in, trying to get these probes, getting a few, trying to get a few more. Zergling's going to trap the remaining probes. So that was a nice attack there by Ice.